All right, do we have audio? Can you guys hear me? Do we have audio? Is the echo gone? How's that? Okay, so audio's good? All right, good. How was my Christmas? Excellent, especially after today's match. All right, so this is the goal. What do I need? 38 million. And as you can see, I sold 907 players over the last 24 hours. And if you guys were paying attention yesterday, the market crashed. And during that time when the market crashed, if you could refresh, and get your way into the market, silvers and golds and elites were crazy high. And the reason everything was so big is because it's a bot market. And when you don't have as many players in the market because it did crash, the bot buys what's available. So it did make a huge difference. And somebody like me who had a couple thousand silvers was able to unload a shit ton of players. So, and I still have 1,010 players left over. So I was right under 2,000 players going into this. So it made a huge impact for me. So I have no idea, and I did get rid of silvers. I got rid of elites. I finished the Zidane campaign, so I was going to hold on to my Real Madrid players, but because everything was going for so high, and I was still able to make money based on what I had originally bought for them, and for Zidane, I didn't train anybody except Mariano to play that event, so I could unload everybody right at it. Yes. Let's see. 2 million on silvers yesterday. Nice. Anybody who was following along, especially at finallysleeps.com, I gave everybody a heads up about the market crash, and if you could get in, what's worth it. And with all of those hourly flash resets, you could pick up masters for under 1 million yesterday. If you were refreshing enough and you could get in when it was crashing, you could buy all of these. See, we still have a few. 871,000 for Rooney and a part. Those things are going to go up. And see, that's where I would be spending some money. I did buy a few. Let's see. What do I have investments-wise before we start claiming this stuff? So I picked up 3 Pickfords, a couple of Paros, 3 Rooneys, Sabitzer, and then a ton of those 88 rated strikers. I was buying the 88 and 89s yesterday for under 300,000. I mean, if you could get them for under 300K, it's gonna be really, really good. Hello, love from South Africa. How you doing? Okay, so still have a ton of elites because that's what today's been showing. After the elites went up, now they've dropped. So the next investment, this is what I would be buying right now, is elites under 105,000. That's kind of where the range is. Are there any in here? There is a couple. 104, a couple. You might have to go up to 108 just to grab a few. And these will come back. These will bounce back. See, I would buy that if I had enough coins right now, but I'm sitting low. All of these, see, these were cards I would be buying. Okay. Okay, here we go. No money left for investing, spent on La Liga rival Messi. I just don't think that card's going to be worth it. If Messi's great in gameplay, that's awesome. I haven't played against him. I haven't seen him. So let's see. Where are we at? Still have stuff listed. Okay, let's just start claiming. Look at that, 18,078. If you were on during the crash yesterday, you could literally throw every silver you had up, and they were anywhere from 1,500, 37,000 for eating, 21,000. Every card I put in, for the most part, was pulling back huge numbers. 36,000. There's a 600. I don't know why I dumped that one. Some of these I had sitting on a 24-hour cycle trying to dump them out of my the parking lot. 50,000, 50,000. I even was getting rid of gold yesterday. 64,000, 55,000. This is when all of that investing pays off. When you find that market crash where you can grab it. Now, I did not anticipate a crash yesterday. I knew things were going to get hectic because of the hourly flash where everybody was trying to unload the gifts. 84,000. Now, remember, all of these silvers were purchased for 800 coins apiece. All of the golds were purchased for 1,200 coins apiece. So, I probably had maybe 2 million in silvers and golds invested. Whenever I buy, whenever I start selling a few, I'll buy a few more. See, all these that are going for 9,999, that was stuff sitting in my parking lot, just waiting in the dismissed or off on a 24-hour cycle. I definitely want Matip from Boxing Day. If he's available and he's going to be 600, I'll have to just hold all my points over from week 1. So there's one of the Bales went for 1.6. That was a card I paid 1.2 for, so there was a little bit of a profit. That Proms card, 6.6 million yesterday. That was a card I bought the day he was released for under 5 million. So there's a 1.5 million profit. Not much, but I used him for quite a while. 5,800. There's another one I accidentally sold. 600. 2,800. Where are we up to? Hey, we're up to 9 million, but that's because of some of these elites. 540. I made a little bit of money on him, but not much. But again, some of these Real Madrid players, I was just trying to get back what I had invested in them. These are some of my lower silvers that I've been sitting on for a long time because I can't get rid of them. Here you go. Christie was up yesterday, 185 to 200,000 for a card that I was buying for 80,000 when we were investing. Again, here's all the ones that were still sitting in the parking lot on a 24-hour cycle that just started to sell when the thing was crashing. Okay, we're up to 10 million. Now, I know I've got a few in here. I've got about 8 million coins in 2 players from Boxing Day. I did spend about 10,000 gems today and $2 to start that chain right when the event was released. That way I could throw them up and try to sell them on a 4-hour cycle at 2 o'clock just to see if I could grab them. And then I bought a couple more right away to see if I could unload them for some quick million coin profit, but I don't know if they sold yet. Here we go. Gnabry for 276. That's an 80,000 coin player. That was up 200,000. I mean, 200,000 on Elite is a good profit. But the problem is you have so much invested in them. Whereas the silvers, when you're paying 800 coins a piece, if you pay 800 and sell it for 8,200, that's a 10-time markup. And all these are going for 10,000. 10-time markup. That's crazy for You're never going to get that anywhere but silvers in this game. And it's a lot of work, but this should show you that investing in these things does pay off eventually. And there's a few times throughout the year that the market crashes like this, and you can just come in and start claiming stuff and unloading everything you have. Now, I've been buying silvers again today, and some of them didn't sell yesterday. I think I probably listed 1,600 to 1,800 silvers, but only about 800 sold. Some of them timed out. There you go, 12,000. Numbers are coming back up, 12,000. See. 11 million. Okay, we've hit 11. 8,000. Numbers are still looking good. Has anybody seen all of the quest possibilities in the Boxing Day event? It looks like, if you followed along with my freeze video, that I was hoping for over 2,000 snowflakes to be able to claim the first 2 snowmen and rack out my max for all of the boost. It looks like that is going to happen with those, all the snowflakes that you can receive just by playing the 24 matches of, what is it, Boxing Day, which I haven't even attempted yet. Okay, 1,500. These are lower ones. This may be moving into the second round now. 10,000, that's better. $10,000. There you go, 10,400. Still haven't moved into the elites yet, so I'm still here in the silvers and golds. 17,000. $13,000. I like these numbers. Getting close to 11.5 million. Uh-oh. Some stuff is dismissing. Here we go back into the 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 11, 12, 9, 9. Okay, we're at 11.6 million. I know it's much faster, but this is more fun. Why don't you just claim the coins from your inbox? It's much faster. But this isn't about speed right now. This is about watching to see what actually sold. 10,000. 11,000. Again, all of these silvers were bought for under 800 coins a piece. This is why I've been sitting on all this for all this time. 15,000. 10. If you're paying attention, you notice that these are in alphabetical order for the most part, which means, I just went through and started posting them one at a time, working my way down through. They all didn't sell right away. Let's see. 14,000, 14,000, 14,000, 12, 10, 10. we'll cut the time down a little bit because I still want to start to spend some stuff. How long most does it take for your silvers to sell? I sell my silvers. Well, there's a technique to it, which I think I'll have to put another video together just to explain it. I've talked about it before. There's 14, 11,000, 19, 10. I've talked about it before. The way I handle the silvers is I sell them on a 4-hour cycle when they show suggested prices. There was a 21,000. And then if I have more than 1,100 players, I'll post the rest on a 24-hour cycle just to get them out of my reserves. There's a 19,000. Once I start getting into the elites, I'll go back and claim all these the quick way. 15,000, 15,000. Numbers are getting good. 11, 13, 13, 10, 11. I like the double digits. 10, 12, 3, 15,000. There's a good one. 15, 18,000, 20,000. Nice. 10,000, 10,000, 17,000. See, I haven't even looked through here yet. I know as I was listing these things yesterday during the crash, numbers were big. A lot were over 10,000. There's 22,000. Some of them, you know, when you go to post it, like that, 20,000 for Fonte, 20,000, you're thinking, there's no way that's going to sell. It's going to time out. And your gut tells you to lower the cost. 21,000 for Poulsen. Your gut tells you to lower it down. There's no way the bot's going to buy it for that much. But greed kicks in and says, just post it. I mean, it is what it is. Let's see what sells. 18, 19, 20, 21,000, 17,000, 10, 13, 18, 19,000. And thank goodness yesterday with the market the way it was with all the crash, this stuff is just crazy. $10,000, 10. I still haven't even got into the elites yet. 18,000, 13,000, 11, 14, 12, 8. Numbers are starting to get 18, 16, 14, 20,000, 11,000, 11,000. These numbers are going to add up quick. I'm just trying to get to the elites. Then I'll start claiming these. 17,000, 12, 15, 10, 13. The fact that these things were selling this quick and for this much yesterday, and it was all over about a 4 to 6 hour run. Do you just buy any random silvers at low prices? Is there certain filters to it? Okay, that's King Chris's question. When I search for this stuff right now, my silver method, 2020, 12, 2020, my silver method is to do a search for 69 and up, which includes gold, and I set 16, 20, 19, 10. I set my, there you go, into Rosenberg's. Okay, so we'll claim down to those. I set my search for, let's see where we start. 12 million. Let's see how far we go. I set the search for 69 and up at 800 coins. That's it. And I go random. Anybody I can grab, anything. Then if I'm starting to get a ton of golds in the search and they're failing to be able to allow me to bid, then I'll just do 69s. And then for golds, anything I can get under 800 coins is awesome. But again, for the golds, most of them I'm buying under 1,200 coins. 19 mil, I think before this is all said and done, I'm hoping to be somewhere between 40 and 60 million. Before I get to the elites, I'm hoping to be at about 16 to 18 million. I'm looking for those 80 rated cards. Gotta be getting close. Once I'm done claiming all this, I'll show you guys the filter for what I buy my silvers and my golds. And then we'll just see if any of them sell. Okay, here we go. Okay. 16.6 million. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's see. Where are we at? We'll start claiming the elites and then we'll go back through the golds. So a lot of these are going to be a cheaper, because this was stuff that was late. 11,000, 11,000. This was after the market was starting to settle down and I could work my way back to the elites to see what was selling. Okay, 17 million. See, these are lower numbers. 1,500. This was late in the day, probably 8 to 10 hours after the crash, when you could get back into the market pretty easily. Okay, 17.5 million is where we're sitting right now. Okay, now we go. Okay, cruise 1.7. It was a couple 100,000 profit over a card I was using for Zidane. So, like I said, I got elites in here. I got my Real Madrid players. Once I completed all the milestones and claimed that prime icon, I was able to start selling that stuff. And because the market was showing a profit and I know what I originally paid for these things, as long as I could get my money back or make money, I went ahead and sold it, because I know what I want to do and I want to buy more investments. I could have held on to that Real Madrid stuff, but I think just getting my money back right now is going to be worth it. So here you go, 1.75 for Marcelo. There was the... Why did I get this? I think that was something to do with Freeze yesterday, where you grabbed a UCL player. So 22 million now. Now these are, again, parking lot players. If it says 9,999, those are my parking lot players. And I'll show you what I'm talking about before we're done. A ton of those Rodriguez, so as long as I'm unloading those, I'm happy. Some of these cards, I had 15, 20 of the same silver, and it's hard to get rid of them when you're in a lot like that. The only problem is looking at these and seeing a whole ton of them going for 9,999 lets me know that their value was much higher in the market and I could have sold them for more. I'm not complaining about it. Okay, here we go. Martinez. There was my Gomez pass player. Benzema, we were buying those for 600,000. They were going for $1 million yesterday. 1.3 million for a 80 rated Bundesliga striker that I paid about 80 to 85,000 for. That was a big profit. I have no idea why he was going for that much. 90,000. There you go. 90,000 for a silver. 70,000. 70,000. That was this morning's market. Where are we up to? 30 million. We hit 30 million. $11,000. Here we go. The Boxing Day players. That 9 million right there cost me 10,000. 10,000 coins. Or gems. Let's see. Casemiro, Carvalho. These are all... I bought these right when They were dirt cheap when, like Bale, Casemiro, when the El Clasico tab unlocked and all the Real Madrid players went way down. Modric. That one I didn't make much on. I think I paid $2.8 million for him. Where we go? Well, we're almost up to about 50 million, 48 million. I think these are okay. I'm claiming stuff. Okay, there's where we sit it at. So what was the total haul? 48 million in 24 hours. But again, that was getting rid of a lot of my elites. Okay. So there we're at 48 million. So now here's what I want. Do I buy it? That's the question. 38 million. I've seen him as low as 30 million. But I would really like to put that player. I would really like to put that card in at my left wing. Can't decide. Do I want it? Do I want it? Do I want it? 38 million. If he was 35, I would. Will I grind for Matip? Yes. See, Mane Team of the Year would be nice. I just can't hold out hope that he'll be 95 rated. I think Mane left wing, I think at best he's going to be 90, 89. He's not going to be one of the big cards. All right, what are we doing? 25 minutes. If I can get him for 34 million, we'll do it. Okay. Ryan says bid. So we bid. Okay, we're bidding. So you guys got to help me pay attention. If you see it pop up that I missed the bid, let me know. Okay, so let's spend some money. What do we got? No skill boosts. I thought I had boosts I could upgrade here. Nope. See, Vardy at left wing is just a dumb player to have there in left wing. That's where that left mid card should be. And this should be Shaqiri. Even though he's just not as strong. Do I have enough coins? Do I have enough XP? That's the question. That's why I haven't done this yet. I'd like to take him up to 94, but I don't think I have enough XP to do it. No, I'm going to be short. So, where am I at? 139, so I'm just about 533. I'm like 80,000 short. And I don't have enough goals to do it. That's what we're waiting on. That's why I still have stupid Raheem Sterling over there at right wing. I've been outbid. Not good. Who is it? Alien Beggar. Don't know who you are, but we're going to get him. How was Mariano? Okay, let me just say that he was decent. As far as the Zidane campaign went, he was decent. He wasn't spectacular, but he was decent. I was happy with it, working my way through that, but I would never use him anywhere else. And yeah, it was a ton to train him up. I thought you said we were in a bot market. Yes, we are in a bot market. But let me do a quick explanation of the market. Just a quick one. Okay, there are multiple markets. There are actually 3 buying markets worldwide. There are 3 different markets that when you go out and do a search, you are looking in 3 different markets. So sometimes you and a friend can see the same thing, but not always. There are an unknown amount of selling markets. Okay, that's the thing. Some people believe that each individual player has their own bot that you directly interact with. Some people say it's one market that the bot actually that you deal with, or that you're dealing with the 3 markets on the thing. So when I sell a card, if I list something, so we'll just list something. So if I were to list Pickford, I don't actually post him into the market where anybody else could buy him. The only player I'm selling him to is the bot. It has nothing to do with the cards that we're actually seeing. Good grief, look at that value. Was that... Static Rooney is suggested at 361. That is insane. Okay. There are multiple sell markets, exactly, but the markets that you're buying out of, there's 3. And you're not bidding, you're bidding against other players, and you're actually bidding against the bot as well. But not in this range. The bot won't bid you up. Players will bid you up. But at the last moment, then it's possible that the bot can buy it. Okay. So, we'll pay attention to that, but I want to show you guys the searches for the silvers. So for me, this is where I go. 69, and I set my price at 800 coins. That's it. Simple search. Now you see some of these golds are popping up in here. And I just buy everything. If there's golds available, I'll buy them. Sometimes there's a ton of golds, sometimes there's none. It just depends. It depends on the time of the day, depends on what the market's doing. And I'll just go through and buy every single silver that's available. It doesn't matter who they are, what league they are, what position they are. Now, sometimes I'll avoid a few players just because, let's say I have, Espinoza, let's just say I had 20 of him. Then I might not buy one more just because I have so many. Or if I've been sitting on them for a long time, it'll be the same thing. Now, okay, speculation on when the next crash is. Okay, the crash on the 5th, the idea behind that is because that's when La Liga rival players, the master players from La Liga rivals, that's when they go auctionable. Okay, so now there's 640 coins for golds. Now I don't worry about that because I consider all of my golds purchasable at 1,200 coins. We'll get to that in a second. Just keep buying here. Scream Lauren and Hulk for 250k. Honestly, is it worth investing in those? Those 88, 89 rated cars, I was buying for under 300,000. If I could buy them under 300,000, I was grabbing every one that I could see. So if you're finding animated at 250 and you're willing to hold on to them for a while until they bring a profit, then I would say yes. Because I think those cards are going to end up selling for 480 to 550 before it's all said and done. Now, I'm not talking about now. I'm not talking in a few days. I'm talking maybe a month. You're going to have to hold on to them for a while. But if you look at some of the cards, I still have elites from Derby days, which I think was, one of the first events. Somebody asked about Sterling. Okay, Ronaldo, the GOAT, asked, is 93 Sterling, and how is he in gameplay? He's decent. It's a good card. It's fast. He's not going to finish from distance. He doesn't have the same curl that my right wing Shaqiri has. But what he does do that Shaqiri doesn't is he holds onto the ball. He doesn't get knocked off the ball the way Shaqiri does. He's a pretty light-footed player. I still like that. Shaqiri has been a player that I've used since I started playing this game. I've always liked him as a player. I've always liked his card. He can curl. He finesses from distance. He is a monster at putting the ball in the back post upper 90. That's why I've always had him. If you've been following along or you know me since the beginning of like FIFA Mobile 17, he has been a staple card in my squad for years, before he came to Liverpool. I just like him. Something about him. Hello from Romania. How often do you check the suggested prices for silvers and golds? That's a loaded question, because if I'm bored, I might check them 4 or 5 times in a day just to see. If I'm not bored, I at least check them once a day. I'll run through. What I do, okay, this is maybe a little TMI. I get up in the morning and I get on either an elliptical, a Stairmaster, or a treadmill. And I'll spend about half hour, 40 minutes, first thing every morning. And during that time, one of the things I'll do is check silvers. Check silvers and golds, because I can do it while I'm I'm exercising or working out. So at least once a day, and I kind of make a deal with myself that to check silvers, I need to be doing something. I can't just be sitting in a chair checking them. So at least once a day, many times I may check them 2-3 times a day. And especially if you've got a few that are selling, or you see something going on with the market, then you'll see a big bounce. Okay, Boxing Day, Tarkowski or Freeze Lindelof. That's, I don't know. Okay, 2 messages. Look, I'm coming to an end here, but you see how many of these things I'm buying. I'm picking up some golds, cheap golds right now. Okay, so that we'll just go ahead and stop, because there's a lot of stuff in the market. So now for the golds, I'll do 70, and I'll set my price at 1,200. But as you can see, I was already picking up golds in the 800 range, so this is going to be insane. I could probably go through here and pick up several hundred of these things without thinking twice about it. But if you're looking for cheap XP right now, because of what's going on in the market, this is the way to go. In fact, I might be able to just go ahead and upgrade. If I grab enough 73, 74 rated, let's see where there we go, 73s. Still in that 1,200 range. Now, if I'm given a choice, I'll avoid the Team of the Week players in the gold range. Not always, but if there's a base card, if I have a choice, I'll grab the base. Now, if the thing is if you keep these values right where you're at, and you just kind of say, okay, I'm only going to buy 69 rated silvers under 800 coins. I'm only going to buy golds under 1,200 coins. When it comes time to selling them, it makes it quick. It makes it easy to know whether or not you're making a profit, especially once you've unlocked the market tax and you can dump stuff quick. Okay. There, I'm at the end of this. 73 and rated golds for under 1,200 coins. Okay, so now it's time to sell. Okay, so now here's the where we go from here. And I'm just checking. I'm just quickly throwing them in, looking for suggested prices. Now for golds, since I know I didn't pay any more than 1,200 coins for these things, if I see anything over 2,000, I'll dump them. Because I know I'm making a good profit. I know I'm making at least 800 coins, which is 2/3 of what I paid for them. If I paid 1,200 max, there you go, 2,000. If I paid 200 max or 1,200 max and I'm making 800 coins, that's a 66% profit. I'm fine with that. Anything above 2,400 and I'm doubling my value, then I'm real happy. Now, not all of these are going to sell, obviously, and I'm fine with that because this is an investment. This is all about investing in them. Holding on to them until you have a day where the crash is huge. Golds take a little bit longer because I don't have as many duplicates in the gold range. It just comes down to focus and speed. Was that 1,400? That's at 14,000. Golds don't look... See, here's the other thing is with the crash yesterday and the golds and the silvers being as high as they were, the market seems to be really low right now. You know what? Still highest bidder. Just wanted to check. Just to make sure. We'll just skip in here. See where we're at. This is the method. Just checking, seeing what's posting. If anything is above 2,000 in the gold range, I'll dump it. Anything below 2,000, even that 1,400 coin one, I'm just holding on to. Obviously, we could tell the golds weren't doing very well because when I did a search for 1,200, everything was popping up. So I doubt any of these. I mean, there might be a diamond in the rough here. Just an oddball that's pulling up a good value, but for the most part, I think this is going to be pretty dead. So now for the 69s, it's the same method, just checking. Now these, since I know I'm paying 800 a piece, I'll only sell if I can get at least 1,500 coins out of it. See a lot of duplicates, and I'll show you what we do with those. So I'm looking for 1,500 coins or more. There you go, 1,500. Now, what I would normally do is list 3 and see what happens. Okay, what is my in-game username? It's Finn He Sleeps, because you can only use so many. There you go. Samuel's got it. Okay, so now I'm going to hold the rest of those at 1,500. Now, if any sell, I'll come back and post another. I'll check it here in a minute, unless we see something selling. Yeah, yesterday during the crash, you could just sit here. Every card you threw up was showing 3,000, 8,000, 10,000, 20,000. See you guys send in friend requests, and I'll accept them. But just know that before live stream, I'll usually dump a bunch of friends that I don't know so I can add more during the stream. Okay, 21,000 for Christy. Now, the same thing. I'll post 3 of those. And if any sell, I'll come back and post more because after the first 3 sell, that 21,000 will go down. Okay, so where are we at? We'll get to a stopping part. Okay, Danso is a place to stop. Because I saw stuff's coming in. Except, ooh. You guys are filling me up here. I don't know how much room I've got. So I'm looking for Danso. Anybody keeping track of the time? It was 25 minutes for Mane. I don't know how much time I've got left. Don't want to miss out on that. Still 600. I think we killed the silver market yesterday with the crash. I think we rode that bot hard and put him away wet. What kind of market crash on January 5th? That'll just be because all of that stuff, there you go, 2,400. That'll be because all of the La Liga rivals master players, that's the day they become auctionable. So I've only claimed Marcelo. So I'll show you what I'm talking about and why the January 5th. But there is a very high likelihood that on New Year's, January 3rd or December 31st, if they do what they've done in the past with an hourly event, much like what they did yesterday, which is why the market crashed, was the hourly. Ooh, there's 1,500. We'll dump 3 of those. That's all I've got is 3, so we'll get rid of all 3. The hourly freeze gift thing, that's what crashed the market yesterday. If they do an hourly event as part of New Year's, plan for the same kind of thing, which is again why I'm stocking up on silvers. So now that you know, anybody who's here following along, paying attention at the website, should be ready for a possible silver crash again on New Year's, if they do an hourly event. Now remember, you just gotta fight the market. You'll click it, it'll say market is down. If you try to get into the market and it says the market is currently unavailable, try it again, try it again, try it again, try it again. You just have to keep refreshing and trying it over and over until you can get in. And then once you get in, you start listing, and you might only get 1 or 2 listed before you get kicked out. You might get 100 listed. Okay, so there's 1,400. I'll hold on to them. You might get 100 listed. You might get 10 listed. It's about sticking with it. Now, for me, when this thing was crashing yesterday, I was in the middle of family holiday events, and I was at the in-laws and had my phone under the dinner table and was listing cards after cards after cards while my wife sat across from me giving me the evil eye from hell. But when you see the value of all your silvers giving you suggested prices over 10,000 coins, the marriage can wait. Yeah, see, the silvers have kind of died out. After yesterday, this stuff kind of died. So we're almost done. Once I get through all these, once we go through all of them, I'll show you the parking lot technique. I don't really need it right now, but we're going to do it anyway because it's a twofold technique. I think what I'll do is when this video is done, I'll relabel it to show what the silvers technique is. Now see, these are the ones that I have that are under 69 that I've been trying to get rid of forever. These are like free pack cards, the ones you get on the 10-hour packs. Okay, so yeah, don't send me a head-to-head request. I'm not going to play right now. The reason being is I want to try. I don't want to get caught up in something and miss this out. So 3.5 minutes, still the highest bidder. If I could get him for 33.6, I'd be happy. What is the best choice in Boxing Day to make the most money? That's an interesting question. Okay, Gomez sold. Okay, so that was the Bianchetti. That was one of the ones. That I think was listed at 69. There you go. So see, they already dropped. So I was selling them for 1,500, but that's why I only listed 3. If I'd have listed all of them, they wouldn't have sold anyway. Okay. Name a rivalry match player with the 3 elites, or claim a Barcelona or Real Madrid player. What would make you more coins? Okay, now that's another question I don't exactly know the answer to. If you look at the La Liga rivals, we'll take a look at it real quick while we're waiting on that one to sell. Okay, so if you have the ability to claim any of these, Carvalho, Marcelo, if you can claim any of those are going to give you a higher value. I think the Real Madrid are going to be worth more than the Barcelona. Longley, maybe, as compared to Marcelo, I don't know. And the reason being is just because of the Zidane. I think more people want the Real Madrid because of the campaign for the prime icon. Carvalho, maybe more so, just because he's a right back. Okay, as far as Boxing Day goes, what to make the most money? I'm going for Matip. I'm not going to sell him. I'm going to use him. That'll be who I end up putting in my squad. Now, I believe he's going to be 600 points is the guess. Because I think that's what Schmeichel's at right now. 600. But I'll have to look. If you've got the ability, the higher range, these are going to be worth more because they're unclaimable in phase 1 without spending gems or money. You cannot get that many tokens. So here, look at the gauntlet. So if you play the 100 OVR, you win 12, you get 100. You can play it 4 times. So 400 is the max you can grab without spending anything. And Pepe and Schmeichel require the purchase. And I think it's, what is it? 25 for 2,500. So if you're 200 short on him, and these go away at the end of phase 1, so if you're 200 short, it's going to take you 8. Good grief. That's 20,000 gems just to grab Schmeichel. That's going to be the most valuable player, I think, out of all this. Only because he's the only one that you have to do. Okay, so let's go back and take a look. Everybody's talking about Mane. Oh, outbid. Now we're going into it. Here comes the fight. Ah, he sold. I missed him. Damn it. So now I'm not that worried because, again, another one will post. I'm not paying $53 million for a premium. But as long as I keep an eye on it, he'll post again. That's where I'd like to get him. 33 to 34 million. Yeah, I'm not that worried. Yeah, I got my money back. Okay. So, again, here, before we go in, everybody's sending me, everybody's sending me match requests, but I want to show you guys the next step. So how many players do I have? Where am I at? 1137. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to crash my reserves. Now, if you guys haven't ever done this and you've never been in this situation, it sucks. to crash your reserves. I'm going to show you what it looks like if you're not familiar with it. If you ever hear anybody go, I've got like 3,300 players. Well, it's not possible without a parking lot. And I'll show you what I mean by that. See, this is what I was talking about. If you get to the point where these silvers are failing bids, then I'll take them out of the mix and just search for 69s. Damn it. Silvers might be dying out. Doesn't look like much is available now. Wow. I guess I bought everybody I could. Now if I come back in a few minutes, there'll be more here. Because the bot will relist. Okay, so let's just go to the 70. Let's see if any 74s are available. Nope. How many of you have ever crashed your reserves? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Why does everyone say wait to spend your gems for Team of the Year? Because Team of the Year is usually a turning point for most teams. But that has more to do with the reset for the season coming in November. Right now, I was hoping that freeze would be the turning point for most people, and it seems like it is. Everybody who is struggling to reach legendary 100 OVR coming into this event has seen big jumps. They've moved up 1 or 2 OVR. I think the average by the end of Team of the Year, I think most people are going to be at 108 to 110. Okay, well, let's just start buying players. I want to show you what the crash is. Hopefully it lets me actually crash it. Sometimes you can, sometimes it'll stop you before it happens. Gotta buy quick. See if I can't get it over. Thinking if I can get it down to 48,050,000, that'll be about the range where I crash this. Because where was I at? 1193. I think that's how many players I had, or 1139. So if I move out of the market now, I'll get a warning that I have too many players. But I want to crash it. So let's see if it'll allow me to buy enough players to crash the game. Gotta be getting close. I think when this stream is all said and done, I'm going to relabel it and just call it the silver and gold method of investing. So anybody that's watching now sees this, I think we'll relist it instead of it being a live stream. I mean, that's what it is, but I want people to understand this investing method, especially before we have the chance at 2 more crashes. Gotta be close. I've bought at least 50 players. Ten more. I think 10 more is going to do it. That's a guess. 9, 8. See how close I am. 7, 6. Item limit reached. Okay, so here we are. You see where it shows an item limit reached, a max player limit of 12, and then I saw a little thing pop up that showed that I won the bid. What that means is I still have one more player that I can't even fit into my cart. See how it shows claim item, but it won't allow me to claim it. The reason being is I crashed it. Okay, inventory full. You can't do anything. Everything is locked out. The only thing I have access to, I can't buy anybody. It just shows that I won the winning bid and that they are ready to be claimed. I can't do anything else until I start unloading some players. Now you can train them. So I'm 20 over the limit. So I'm 20 over the 1200 limit. Now I can get rid of players by training if I wanted to train someone. So this is a trainable player. So I can use this. I can actually commit the players to training and I could dump down 20. Or this is the parking lot that I refer to in most videos. Now, I use my silvers because the silvers is where I have a lot of my duplicates. Because there's usually 800 to 1,000 silvers in my thing. So you see this, I have 1, 2, 3. I was going to say I have a ton of those players. So what I'll do is I will list these. Now, I do 2,000, 9,999. And I do it on a 24-hour cycle. This is what is creating my parking lot. And I'll list all but 2. Sometimes I'll list all but 3 just because I have enough, but I'm planning on buying another 500-600 silvers in the next day or so. So I'll list all but 2. And I'm going to do the same thing for all of these. Now, we just went through all my silvers. I had none that were going to be worth more than... None of them are going to be worth 10,000. So, for me, this is just how I unload it. And I'm only getting rid of stuff that I have more of 2 than. Just make sure you do it on a 24-hour cycle. And you do it in order, so there's a reason that they're in alphabetical order. And I'll come back to that. Again, this is not for everybody. This is for someone who is on the game multiple times throughout the day. I would say obsessed, addicted to FIFA Mobile, especially to the market. This is not for the casual player because this is a lot of work. The amount of time that I spend dicking around in the market with these silvers is kind of insane. It's not healthy. I don't wish this on anyone. Now what I'll do is I'll just keep doing this. I'll get rid of this card. Should unlock my account. And then I'll come back and I don't need to do this on the stream. You guys will get bored watching me do this. So you see how I did that with these cards. Now I'll work my way through all of my silvers doing the exact same thing. So I'll end up having a few hundred silvers listed on a 24-hour cycle. There they are. They'll be listed on a 24-hour cycle. Now, if any of them sell in the middle, I'm still okay. See, now you see I'm at 1175, 1200. I get the player warning. Player warning usually keeps coming up until you're below. See, now I can claim those two that I had already bought. It'll do that until you're below 1150. Once you get down below 1150, then it'll go fine. So let's see if, let's check Mane again. What am I doing? Brain isn't functioning properly. There you go. 38 million. Random number. Just because. 3 hours and 46 minutes. I'm not going to stream that whole time, but we'll pay attention to it. Okay, what do we got? 3 hours and 46 minutes. So when this stream is over, I was going to stream again tonight and do another live stream. We'll set it up. What is it? 3 hours and 46 minutes. So the next live stream we'll do tonight. Start about 10 o'clock Eastern. That way I can try to win that during that time. Why does everyone say wait to spend gems for Team of the Year? Is it really worth it? Yes. Wait for Team of the Year. Don't spend your gems on Origi. In fact, when I was looking, I don't think he was that much in the market. Was he 90? Oh, he was a 90 rated. Okay, 13 million. He's down to 13 million already? $93, 105. If he was a little bit less, I might actually buy him. The only problem with this card is acceleration and speed's not fantastic. His heading stat, 95, is not bad. Medium defensive work rate. He's only 6'2". But if you look at his traits, he doesn't really have any special traits that are flair. Who gives a shit? I really kind of want that card. He would fit right in. I don't know. That Waghorse card is just so good. If I had more than 14 million. Decisions. 13 million. I think his value is going to go up from there. I don't see him. I don't think I would lose money buying him. But I really want that Mane card more than this one. We'll see. I think I'm going to regret not buying that card. I think I'm going to regret it because I think if I could get him for under 11, it may be worth it. We'll see. Let's see. I was at 48 million. Now I'm at 3.6 million. Fun times. Yeah, this squad I would really like to see. I want that Milner at left back. I definitely want Boxing Day Matip down there. I still want a center attacking mid. I'd like to get rid of the De Bruyne card. Shaqiri will go back there. Mane at left mid. And I could put that Origi at there, and I'd have my Liverpool team back. Is Werner Player of the Month good? Yes. He's a very strong card. I still have him in my head-to-head squad at near post striker. It's a good card. Ooh, I have a boost I can upgrade. Rodrigo? Always upgrading my boost. That's a fantastic card. That card almost single-handedly won Man City and the Zidane campaign. All right, I think that's where I'm going to end it now. Who do you want to put in the cam position? I don't know. It depends. I mean, if a team of the week, Roberto Firmino popped up at like center forward, I would definitely put him in cam. I mean, you can look at my squad. I don't play on position players. That doesn't bother me at all to take him out of position. But that's who I'd really like to have at center attacking mid is Roberto Firmino. And I would switch that to the 4-3-3 attack, which is the formation that I prefer. Wasn't Oxlade-Chamberlain a right back? I think he may have had a right back card, but no, he's always been a center mid. He's a center attacking mid in my book. Let's see. But yeah, I've got my James Milner card I could swap out for De Bruyne. I really like that card, but as an attacking squad, he's a defender. That Milner is a center defensive mid. Okay, Ox right wing back at Arsenal. That makes sense. Okay, so before I go, let's talk Boxing Day for a minute. There's my squad. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. But the problem when you have the big thing this season with the overall, the ranking up being replaced by the perk +6 team OVR that you can see there, that's causing problems because you used to be able to just take your ranked players and pull them out to be able to dumb your team down for these events. But with me having to lower my team down to 100 OVR from 110, I've really got to pull everybody out of position. I have the only player on position for me right here in this squad is Allison. That's it. And when you throw Milner, Fabinho, and Oxlade-Chamberlain as your center backs, That's usually not a very good idea. But if you look at their statistics, 97 defending, 85 defending, 76 defending. I feel pretty confident. And I've got Ox on the far side. So with him at the right number 3 in this squad, that allows Chilwell to pick up the slack. And when you play versus, that means he's only going to be on the high side of the field coming in. So Milner and Trent Alexander-Arnold are going to be the two that have to run down their near post attack. So I think I'll be okay. Vardy, Shaqiri, and Sterling across the middle for the attacks with Wijnaldum and De Bruyne up finishing it. I think it's going to be okay. I think the 100-170 is going to be the key. Did I watch Liverpool today? Now, I listened to the game. I was working out and I got to hear the game. I have it recorded, so I know everything that happened, and I will watch it here in the next couple of hours before the live stream tonight. But it sounded like an awesome game. I don't think Firmino will end up with a card. I think if anything, Trent Alexander-Arnold will win another one. With him having 3 assists in his own goal, not an own goal, but he scored one of the 4 goals. I think if any player comes out of that game with a Team of the Week card, it'll be Trent Alexander-Arnold. Okay, hey Travis, got $15 iTunes gift card for Christmas. What should I use that money on in game? I also got gift cards on Christmas, and I used them yesterday and bought gift packs in the store because of the hourly gift packs, and grabbed nothing but Boost. But now, since we've missed the hourly things, if I did anything, I would just hold on to it. There's no real need to put any money into the game today. If anything, hold on to it, because I think if they do some type of an hourly flash sale on New Year's Eve, like they've done in the past, that's when you're going to want it. Estimate on what time on January 5th shall I check the market? Now, okay, that was the other thing. So we talked about that. Where's my Marcelo? Where's he at? I have one. There it is. So, can't be auctioned, will become auctionable after the 5th of January. Now, the thing is, we don't know what time on the 5th of January. It could be after. It could be the 7th. You're just going to have to pay a lot of attention and watch what's going on. That's where we need to do. Just look at the market and see what happens. Historically, when they say that the stuff's going to go auctionable on a specific date, it's never like on the reset on the 5th. It's usually 4 hours after the reset or the next day. It's just kind of random. And everybody who's been paying attention with EA knows that when they say something's going to happen, there's usually a delay. So not on the reset on the 5th, but it'll probably be after that. Any tips on how to score more goals? When you take shots, make sure you take them at the goal. I don't know. Is there a content update? Aha! My experience does matter. $50 snowflakes and 1,500 gems. Thank you, EA. Well, I don't know what the problem was. Boxing Day seemed fine to me, but I haven't played the... it said there was issues with the daily quests. Yeah, that's why. But yeah, anybody who asks how I make so many coins, it's just buying and selling. And if you want to know what I'm buying and what I'm selling, just pay attention to live streams and check out finallysleeps.com. That's kind of where I put most of my investments. But right now, the only thing I'm telling everybody to buy is grab your silvers, under 800 coins, 69 rated only. I mean, you can buy lower than 69, but I usually tend to stay right in that 69 range. Gold's under 1,200 coins, which you can grab them under 800 coins today. And that's where I make most of the money, is in those silvers and gold. 69 to 74 range. That's where most of my money comes from. Elites under 100,000, and you can push that up to about 105, 106,000. And you buy those elites when the market is in a low median. Right now it is at a low median. Once it goes up, that's when you sell. And there is usually a point during the season when elites go through the roof, when you cannot find an elite under 200,000. There is, and it could be anything from like 2 seasons ago, a few of us had 400 or 500 elites that we had paid between 60 and 80,000 for. And then they released squad building challenges. And when that happened, when the squad building challenges were released and we had a few hundred elites, they went from being worth 60 to 80,000 to overnight being worth 300 to 600,000. And Easter players, I had over 100 Easter players that I didn't even buy. I was grabbing them as part of the event and everything else. They were all elites. Those things went up 10 times. I made almost $250,000, or no, $250 million coins in 2 days when the squad building challenges were released. I went from 5 million coins in the bank to 240 million coins in the bank just because of squad building challenges. And we didn't see that last season. They never added squad building challenges. And a lot of us held on to those elites the whole season, hoping they were coming. And it was because of this that in SBC, and it's been there the whole time. Okay, I don't think the Boxing Day event is worth it. Check it out. Why in the hell would it not be worth it? In fact, if there was no Matip player in it, and I ran the gauntlet, let's say realistically you end up with 10 wins, okay? And you play it 4 times, so 70 Boxing Day points times 4, that's 280 Boxing Day points. There's 2 phases, so 280 for 2 weeks, you're talking 560 points, which is just shy of the 600 for Matip. If it's 600 for Schmeichel, it's going to be 600 for Matip. If you don't want any of the players and you end up with 560 and you're getting 160 boost for 20, that right there, 160 for 20, that's insane. That means you're going to claim 160 28 times. 28, I can't do that in my head right now, times 160, that's 4,500 boost, 4,480 boost. If you play 10, or you win 10, 8 times. So 4,480, how much does it cost to reset? I haven't tried it yet. Was it usually around 1,500 to reset? So it usually costs around 7,500 gems. So you're going to end up with 4,500 boost for 7,000 gems. That's definitely worth it to me. So what was the question about? Plus, you're going to end up with 300 snowflakes, which I need to complete my snowflake quest. One last thing. It's getting along here. One last thing. If you're watching the freeze video and you know which path I'm going for, I laid it all out in the freeze video. It's all about boost for me. And actually, if with the freeze points that have been available with the gifts, and I haven't even looked to see what they are today. 25,000. I'm almost out of gifts again. 100 skill boost, not worth it. So even with all of that, I think I'm going to end up claiming that first snowman to get it. Do you think it's possible to get Matip early and sell for more than the Schmeichel is worth? No. No, that Schmeichel is going to go crazy because he'll be gone at the end of the phase. If you play Boxing Day like really fast, let's say you end up with your 600 or you use a ton of gems to complete him and you grab him in the second phase, that's where you'll see it. But I think that Schmeichel's going to be worth a lot more. But you can't claim Schmeichel without spending the gems. He's not free to play. I cannot link my account with Facebook and I keep losing my progress. That's an EA question that I can't help you with. I'm on an Apple, so I link to a fake Facebook account as well as linking to Game Center, just so I have two different ways to grab a hold of it. No, I'm not accepting match requests. I wasn't. If you want to play, I'll play one match and then we'll call it quits. How expensive will Rashford be? I have no idea. $4-2-4 versus a 4-2-4. I see you have a bunch of program players in there. I saw Bale and I saw Petit. I didn't see who else was there. I guess we'll see once this match starts playing. Try to stay focused. This will be the way I end the video. And then I'll be back in a few hours because I want to see... Oh, shit. I want to see... Oh, that was bullshit. He's going to go right. I think he's going to go right. Yep. Saw that one coming. Pepe was up in gifts. If you wrote to EA with no response... oh, wait. We started playing. If you wrote to EA with no response, talk to them on Twitter. They have a tendency to answer stuff there. And if you don't hear anything from there, then get on Discord and ask some questions through Discord. He was off. How expensive do you think 87 Boxing Day denier will be worth? I have no idea. Not a whole lot. God damn, Allison has seizure. Let's see. Arsenal, Pepe, not Porto. Vardy Scream is decent if you know how to use him. He's not a lone striker. He has to have somebody with him up top. Do I have him in the squad? I think I do. If I can ever gain possession... and not put much effort into this. I got banned on Discord for talking about the market crash yesterday. See, that's why I'm on Discord, but I put no effort into it. I'm barely on there. I go from time to time, but the collective social portion of Discord is just so annoying to me. Oh, look, I'm trying to get focused. Still screwed it up. Get off my back. Getting overrun here. Would you have Rashford or Origi for a new striker? I would not use Rashford. I would put Origi in. Okay, first half down. When's team of the year? I don't know. I haven't even looked at it yet. It's usually after the first of the year. It's sometime in January. They start announcing it the first week of January. Did I touch his finger? No. Cole, my tips are go through the left, passing it around, and normally there's a gap between defense and exploit it. Pepe is 22 to 25 million. That is pretty crazy. Okay. Let's see what we can do here now that we're actually... God, it's like date rape here every time I get into the defense on this. Wakehorst with a little finesse. Hey, read my comment. Should I get Diego Costa or PK from GIS? I grabbed PK. I actually grabbed him. I think he's going to be worth it. I don't use him. I don't think I have him in a single squad, but I'm holding on to him until the gifts are done and the value starts to go back up. PK is cheap. I haven't looked at his value to see where he's at. Oh, there's that Mariano card. Team is trained to 90. How decent is he? I had him at 89, and I used him in Zidane, and I liked him, but he's just not fast enough to be able to play against some of those squads. Let's see. Rodrigo to Weghorst, and it's short. Uh-oh. I hear Star Wars coming from the other room. I'm starting to run out of time here. Wow. There you go. Diego Costa, 94, that Scream Team card. Was that one of the gifts? Is buying and selling silver the best way to make money fast? No. It's not a quick method of making coins. It's a slow method of making coins. How's the new Star Wars? Okay, that's a good question. It was amazing, but I'm a fanboy, so I don't know if my opinion is very noteworthy or not. But it was kind of heavy-handed, but that's it. All right, that's where we're going to end it. I'm not very focused, and I'm still wondering how this stuff is going. Where's that? My bits. So hopefully when we come back to streaming tonight, I'll have Origi and Mane in a new squad. And then we'll play some head-to-head tonight. And I'll actually pay attention. So, thanks a lot for hanging out. And I'll thank you, Bray. When we stream tonight, I'm going to stream tonight before this stuff ends. So in about 3 hours, we'll come back on. and see if I can grab Mane and Origi. And I'll probably play some head-to-head and maybe run through the Boxing Day stuff. But we'll be back on for about 45 minutes to an hour. So thanks a lot for hanging out with me tonight. And please answer my comment. I invested in it a lot in 79 Team of the Week. Zagadu, is he worth it? Maybe. I don't buy Team of the Weeks because they never really bounce back. I mean, maybe. But I've never seen those 79 rated Team of the Week cards show a huge profit. They usually come back to about 40 to 50,000 if you're really, really watching them. It depends on the card. I don't even know how much did you pay for him? That's the question. See, 51,000 for premiums. I guarantee you suggested price right now is around 13,000. If you can buy statics at 15, 16, 17,000, I don't know if you're ever going to make that money back. Are they premiums or are they static? .66 pace. I don't know. Team of the Weeks are not a very lucrative way to make coins. Sometimes it depends on the card, but it usually has to be an elite. There's just other cards that are out there that are worth a lot more. No, I don't think he's a good investment. I mean, even at 15,000, I'd have to sell him for 30,000 to get that money back to double it. I usually look for stuff that I can double my money. But no, that was not a good investment. I mean, you could basically break even or maybe make some money, but at 100 of them, if you have to sell, let's say you paid 15,000 a piece for them and you have 100, you have to sell 50 of them at 30,000 to break even, which means your other 50, you can, whatever you sell them for is profit, but it would take you forever to unload 100 cards, 100 of anybody. I like to spread my investments out. You'll never, ever, ever, ever see me buy 100 of any one card, because the way the bot market works is once you start selling to the bot, the value drops. Which is why you saw me earlier in this stream when I was selling the 69s. I only put 3 in the market at a time. And as the first one sold for 1,500 coins, when I went back to check, they had already dropped down to 600. That card cut in a third. His suggested price dropped to a third. So at best, you might be able to unload 4 or 5 of those 100 at a time. But 100 would be insane. No, I don't think that is a good investment card. Unless you got them for under 8,000, I wouldn't have bought them. And if they're premium, maybe, but it's just avoid Team of the Week. Team of the Week is not a smart way to go. Team of the Week is good if it's a player you want, but very rarely will you see me buying a bunch of Team of the Week players. Please, I need perks. Can I join your league? We take people as long as, right now, I think our minimum is 105 OVR is what we're pulling in. We do cheat. Our league is we do cheat. I mean, you can see I'm full and I have 1,223 perks waiting until they reset. And the reason being is because we abandoned our league and went from, I think we weren't top 100, we were like 150, and we started a new league just so that we could win all of our matches because everybody wanted Zidane. And because of the... How many did you have to win? Oh, 50 league tournaments. So yeah, we're a bunch of assholes, and we do cheat. And the way... What I mean by cheating is when your league gets into the top 200... when you're ranked top 200, you abandon and start a new league, and you start out unranked in like 50,000, and you win every match. It's usually not that hard. And then you just rack up all your perks and your wins for your campaigns. But we'll probably stick with the league we're in now for a while. I think we've lost one in the last 30 matches. I think we're back up to league rank 617. But yeah, I think 104 is where we accept. 103 maybe. It depends. Is it 103, 170? All right. You can find the league. It's FC Brotherhood Elite and send a request. All right. That's where we'll end it. I'll be back on in about 3 hours. Pay attention. We'll see if I do end up with Mane and... Who was the other one? Oh, Origi. All right. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me, and I'll see everybody in a few hours.